Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining this webinar on how to add text and logos in CATIA. So my name is Sandrine from Type 3 headquarters in France. I will guide the presentation today, and the presentation will last 30 minutes. So we will start with a very short PowerPoint presentation. Then Edward, one of our CATIA specialists, will do the demo for you. And finally, we will end up with the Q&A session. So before starting, just a few words about our company. So Type 3 company was created in 1988, and we are editor of industrial and artistic CAD/CAM software solutions. We count more than 55,000 customers in more than 60 countries, and we are part of a big group called Gravotech. We are Dassault Systems certified partner since 2003. Okay, so during the presentation, you will be muted, but if you have questions, please write them down in the GoToWebinar question window, and we will answer all the questions at the end of the presentation. Okay, so first, why is there a need for the Type 3 add-on? So you know, all the industrial parts produced today, they have some types of identification on them, but CATIA doesn't have built-in functions for integration of text and logos. So it's not possible to create text directly in CATIA. It's possible only with way-around methods that are very time-consuming. So that's why we have developed the Type 3 add-on in partnership with Dassault Systèmes, of course. So to provide CATIA users with professional tools directly in CATIA to create text and integrate graphic elements in construction and design process for simulation, validation, and production purposes. So when you work with the Type 3 add-on, in 1 minute, you can create text in CATIA, vectorize images, integrate logos, serial numbers, safety regulations, industry certifications, design requirements, etc. onto your 3D CATPART. Okay? So this is the toolbar that you can get inside CATIA. So this is the Type 3 toolbar in CATIA V5. This is the Type 3 toolbar in CATIA 3D Experience because it's compatible with both releases. Here is the key to have access to the features, okay? And the main features are the text mode, okay? The vectorization and the possibility to project or to map the text or the vectorized images. Okay. If you click on the text mode, you will have this window appearing here. Okay. And you will have access to advanced parameters for text management. So you can use all the TrueType fonts that are installed on your computer, and you can also use single line fonts that we have developed. The text feature is parametric. It's associative. Okay, and it's compatible, for example, with QChecker, Enovia, or PowerCopy. Okay, so Type 3 allows full, precise, and flexible control of positions. You can write text from a point, text on arc, text on a curve, text on multi-support. And the text feature is created in the history tree of CATIA. So it's very convenient if you want to re-edit your text and change it. Okay. You can write multi-line text. Of course, you can use Asian and Arabic TrueType fonts. You can use macros also with the feature text. You have access to automatic G1 conversion and control of kerning. Okay. Regarding the second feature, so vectorization. So with Type 3, you can import in CATIA directly different formats. For example, BMP, JPEG, TIFF, GIF, PNG. You can vectorize black and white pictures or color pictures. So you can play with different parameters in order to get the best result. For example, the allowance, noise filtering, smoothing, etc. And then you get your CATIA curves, okay, that are generated. Once you're done with your text and once you have your logo vectorized, you can place them very easily on any 3D CATPART, even a very complex shape. and you can choose between 5 strategies. So you have parallel projection, local projection, but also basic mapping, cylindrical mapping, conical mapping. And every time you follow a kind of wizard, which tell you which curve or points you have to select, which surfaces, and very easily you can do the projection or the mapping. And the curves created are CATIA curves. So they are also associative and parametric. Okay. Here you can find some examples of CATPARTs with text or with logos on them. So Type 3 add-on is used by many companies worldwide. Here you can find some references, for example, in the aerospace and defense. Many users in the consumer goods and packaging industry, industrial equipment, many users in the automotive and transportation industry, but also high-tech and electronical equipment, medical, luxury watch industry, etc. Okay, so there are many advantages of working with Type 3, and the most important benefit is really the huge time saving, okay, in creation and in reedition. Using Type 3 also generates higher efficiency as the user remains in the CATIA interface. Reduced data volume, so the CATPART size can really be drastically downsized. Better performance and better visualization of 3D models, and as a result, the return on investment is very fast. Now it's time to show you really how it works. So we will change the screen and Edward will carry on with the demonstration.
Hello everyone. So let's start the technical part of the demo. So here we are in CATIA. We are in mechanical design, part design, and you can find our add-on just here. You just need to click on the key to get the license. So it's really quick. If you want to release it for one of your colleagues, you just need to press on it and you release the license. So it's really quick, and you don't need to close CATIA to release the license. So it's really fast. So on this first example, we will work on the text. So I take the license just clicking on the key, and I will just write a text on this point. Here you can create a point, and we will see that we can do a point, a line, and also a multi-support. So here we have our text mode. So I will select a plane, a point. I will just write a text. Select where I want my text, the reference points, the base points, and preview my text. So here it's really small, so it's not a problem. It's really quick to change it. And here we have our text much bigger. So here we have our text. We can see here that we have all the font in Windows. So you can choose classical font or any font you find on internet or some font you have your own fonts. If you have your own font, you can use it. You have also some fonts who are filler fonts if you want to do a following of curve in the machining, and it will be really nice to have this kind of font. I will come back to a classical font here. Choose any font, and you see that you can just select it, and it's really quick to calculate it again. So we can choose the size, but also we can choose exactly the italic we need. So if we need 50 degrees of italics, we can just click and we will have 50 degrees. We can also modify only one letter if we want. If we want to put a 2 and to have a superscript, it's possible to just have only the 2 on superscript, or also change half of the text and choose another font if we want. And here it's superscript, but I can delete it and we can have 2 different fonts in the same text. Also, what we can do is what we call multi-line. It means here I can write on different lines, and here I can just preview my text. Of course, I can have another positioning of my text, centered, external, and also the position of my text. Point here, the base point, and here we have the result in 3 lines. So we have also the possibility, as I told you before, to have multi-support. So it means that I will go here on curve. I will select the points. And here I will have my text in a multi-support. So it's really easy to use, and we will see some samples after to show some examples where you can use it on your job. On your job, you can use this function, and you will see that it's really useful. We have also the possibility to use arc. So here I will select again the point. I will select 50 millimeters of radius, and you see that you can have your text, so multi-line on an arc. So it's really quick to create that, to change the angle, and you can have your text on an arc that you define just here. The next thing we can do is write on the curve. So we select the curve, we do another text, we select the plane, we input a text, and here we have our text. So it's really nice. Of course, if you modify the line, so if you modify this line, the text will move. And you just need to quit the sketch, and here we have our text. So we are totally fully associative and parametric with CATIA. So you can use all the function, modify your curve, and we will see some example also of multi-copy, power copy, and other functions like formulas and etc. Here, for example, between the A and the R, we don't have enough space. Here we have space, here we have space, but between these 2 letters, we don't have this space. So we can re-edit the text, of course. It will open the same windows. We can select the letters and say I want a little bit more space between these letters. And here we have a little bit more space. So that's it for our module of text. Of course, we have also the possibility to add the G1 continuity. So that can be a really nice function for you. Now I will show you some example of text in a context of making a wheel part. So we will start with a UC front back panel. And here we have different examples. So how we can use our text? We can use our text, for example, here on the emergency button. Here it's in German, Nothaus. And we can use a design table to do that. And here we have our design table. And we can choose, for example, I want it in English. I select English, I apply. So it's all with our feature of text. And here you can see it's a text on arc. And of course, you can just select another one, parade d'émergence, or any languages. So it's really quick, you see, to calculate this one. Now, if we go to the back of the panel, what we can see is we have two examples. We have here multi-support, and we have here multi-lines. If I open the text, so if I want to modify it, of course, it's possible. I just need to modify it on our text mode. So here it's the multi-support. So we validate everything, we calculate again. So it takes a bit of time. And here you have the modification. So it's really quick to modify. As you can see, you have all the parameters that you can put in the formula, or yes, modify it directly in the tree. And we have also, so here it's the multi-line. So here we can add some zeros, and you will see it will modify it directly on the part. So we are totally associative with CATIA, and as you can see, we have here more zeros. So that's it for this example. We will now go to another example with text. As I told you, we can use formulas. So here it's a simple formula, but you can have other formula with the size of tires or anything you think about formulas. Here we have a simple formula. The size of the text is linked to this value. So we have 8 point something. Here we have 8.076. We modify the line. We make the line a little bit further, and you will see the text directly will be bigger. So now it's 17, and here we have 17. So that's one of the example of how you can use the text, but also you can use it on a power copy. So it's a simple power copy, but it's the same. You can use it for much complex file. And here you select the face, the point, and you can just go on parameter, choose the position of your text, and just write something you want. And here you have type 3. And you can also come back, modify it, and you modify it, and you see we have our text just here, and you can also modify it directly in the text mode. So that's a really nice function because we are totally parametric with CATIA. Next example, we will go with motorboat, and here we will see two things. So just hitting that. So first of all, I will project my text on this surface. So it's a parallel projection. For now, we are in front of it, so it will be really simple. And the second example will be a projection, but with vectors from a vectorization. Of course, you have this text, but it can be also any of your sketch. That's really important also. So to do parallel projection, we will select parallel projection, select axis, the text, the surface after here, and the axis, and validate. So this text, I will hide this text. I will hide also here. Now we have two possibilities to make a volume. So I will go on shape, generative shape design, and I will split the surface. And I will keep the other side. I want to keep the inside. Okay. So now I have two possibilities, or I will use extrusion, and it's what I will do. And for the other example, I will show you another way to do it. So here I will select the direction Z. And as you can see, we follow the direction Z here. So I put 3 millimeters and validate. And here we have. So I can add the parallel projection, and here we have this result. So now I want to add a flame to this surface. So I will come back to mechanical design part design. Here I have my toolbar, and I can just press on vectorization. On this vectorization, I will just select the flame. So I select the images in PNG, GIF, or PNG. And I will vectorize, so just here, and merge some colors, because it's not a perfect image, so sometimes you will have more than one color. And here I will select the black, and I will have the contour of my flame. So it's a really nice fixture. You don't need to draw a sketch again. You can, if you want. If you want to modify it, you can modify it, because any curve, we can project it. So this flame, we will project it on the surface. So I will select axis, the lines, the axis on the surface, and OK. So now I have my flame on the surface. So we will do the same. We go on shape, generative shape design. We split the surface with the flame. So a little bit quick. Other side, I want to keep the inside. I go and start mechanical design, part design. So I will not use extrude this time. I will use what we call 6 surface. So it's totally different because we will be perpendicular to the surface. See, I will put myself like that. I select 6 surface. I put 2 millimeters. And here you see the difference. Here we follow a direction Z, and here we follow the perpendicular to the surface. That's a big difference between both. And here we have a really nice result of what we can design with our add-on. Now we have another, we have 2 other examples about parallel projection, because here we have a surface, but it's not really curvy. So now we are going to do something more interesting. If you have something really curvy, like this surface. For now, it's not as curvy that I was saying. So now, for now, if I do the same than before, it will be, we will have a nice result. As you can see here, not a lot of deformation. It's put, yes, it's nice. But now, just make something a little bit different. We modify that and say, this is really curvy. And now you see the R, the O are nice, but the E, the C, the T, the E are really deformed, so it's not good at all. So let's make just another projection, but now we will use a function who make a lot of changes for you. It will make a big difference. So here we select the axis, the surface, and now we select local projection, and we select this line, and you will see directly the difference. So if finish here, you see the O, the C are much smaller, less deformed. If I select in orange, you see maybe it's, you see the R, the O, the G, the E, the C, and the T. And you see that the C here between both, there are a big difference. If I add this one, you see you have a perfect projection with really low deformation. It's quite not, we can't see the deformation. Before it was not really nice, but with this option, we can have a perfect result on any surface you have. You can have, you can do everything you want. You will have a really nice projection with this option, local projection. And something more, even more impressive, it's to do it on a sphere. So it's really also difficult. I think in CATIA to take a long time to do it. And here you just need to select the surface. So you can select also both surface, say 2 lines, and that's it. It's an amazing result. And you see directly on the sphere. So really complicated to do that with CATIA. A long time to do so. So that's it for the local projection. and we will talk about mapping. And the first example I want to show you, it's the basic mapping. If you have a vase, a bottle, or anything with one surface, like here it's a part of a vase, for example, we can use what we call the basic mapping. And as usual, it's really simple to use it. We have axes, text. Of course, we can select. Also, here it's a sketch, it's just a rectangle, but you can do everything you want for your designs. And here you have your elements. And on the surface, it's really quick. Also, you just need axes and the surface. For now, we need to choose between U, V, or VU. First, I will just show you the result with U and V. And here you will have the result. It's already nice, but when you turn the bottle or the vase, you will have this line. And it's not what we want. We want a straight line when you turn the bottle. You want to wave a straight line. If you want this result, it's fine, but normally you will want a straight line. So if we choose use of V and U, we preview, and we have this straight line. So it's really quick, and here you can see that we follow the profile of the surface, so of the vase here on this case. So really quick, just for you to see it again. The first result was curvy, and the result normally you will need for this kind of job, it's a straight line. So we have also this possibility. So that's a really also nice function to work with. So the next example we have, I have to show you about mappings. It's the cylindrical mapping. So I will go on the pump. So it's the body of the pump. And we want to map this text on this surface. So you will see that it's really so you have, it's really quick to do a mapping. Again, axis, the text, and on the surface, first axis, a reference point for the radius, where I want my text, and of course, the surface. So really quick, and it will be really fast to have this result. Of course, like I told you before, you can select the surface, go on shape, generative shape design, do a split with the text. So I will just select it here, validate, and here of course we will use mechanical design, part design. We'll select the split and do a stick surface, like I told you. And here we will have the result. So I will just hide the curves, and here we have the result. But for example, I made a mistake. I want it on the other side because I made a mistake or my customer is not happy with this position. He wanted, I just want to see what it will be on the other side. It will be really quick to go on cylindrical mapping. The reference point from the mapping will not be this one anymore, but this one. We validate, updating, and here's the result. So it's really quick to move something. You just need a point on your cylinder and you move it. And of course, if you have made a lot of things after, like an extrusion, like a six surface, everything you need after and you want to change it, we are totally associative with CATIA. Something else I want to show you, and it will be the last thing I will show you today. It will be the conical mapping. So here we have the conical mapping, another nice function in your add-on. So here we will choose, instead of cylindrical mapping, we will choose conical mapping. And we will select always axis, the curve, on the surface, first radius, second the axis. So here it's the first radius, the smaller radius, and where I want my text. Also something important, if you have not a flat surface, if it's a little bit curvy, not really flat, it will work also. So it's not a problem. We have the possibility to work on a curvy surface if you have a conical shape, but it's a little bit curvy. Like for a cylinder, if it's not perfectly a cylinder, it will work also. And here we will have, don't know why it's doing that, but here we have the result, type 3 CATIA. So that's it for the demo. I can show you again, maybe here I can just copy so I don't know why. So for the text here, I can modify it, of course. If I put more text, it will continue around the circle. So you can go all around the circle directly with this function. You see the text go longer, and your text will be all around, and you can do all the shape of your object. So that's it for the technical part. Maybe if you have any questions. So here we will, so maybe here I am in R29. Of course, we are following CATIA release.
Okay, thank you, Edward, for the demo. So yes, if you have questions, you can write them down now and we will answer directly. Or if you will have questions or comments later on, you can contact me anytime. Just as Edward said, so Type 3 add-on is compatible both with CATIA V5 and 3D Experience. CATIA V5 from R18 to R30, and 3D Experience as from the version 2015X. Okay. And yes, we do have different kind of licenses. So licenses, not lock licenses for just one computer, and also network licenses that you can share with your colleagues. Okay. No more questions? Okay. So thanks a lot for attending this webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. So as you saw, it's very easy to add text and logos in CATIA with Type 3. It's very quick to read it. So feel free to contact me after the demo for your comments or for your questions. And if you want to have your own trial license, come back to me too, and we can activate one for you. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Bye.